Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. It's been almost 4.5 years since Diablo 3's buggy launch, believe it or not, but could we be on the verge of an announcement for Diablo 4? Signs point to maybe. When asked if there would be Diablo news at BlizzCon, the official Diablo Twitter account replied that BlizzCon will indeed be really cool this year. Smiley face. You know that smiley face basically confirms it, right? Considering the changing of the guard happening on Blizzard's Diablo team over the last few months, job postings hinting at development for a big project in the Diablo universe, plus the fact that Diablo 3 has been in maintenance mode lately, it seems that a sequel may be in the cards. There is, of course, also the possibility that we're looking at another expansion for Diablo 3 instead, but reports earlier this year claimed that Blizzard scrapped DLC plans and rolled them into free updates. It would be a little bit surprising for the company to leave the game behind altogether. It has quietly sold 30 million units and moved into one of the top 10 best-selling games of all time with no one noticing. So expect to get hyped up or possibly massively disappointed in November when BlizzCon actually hits. One of the big problems with the early days of VR adoption has been, well, it's a lack of cool exclusive content. But that's certainly not the case so far for the still unreleased PlayStation VR. Word broke today that Sony has locked down 2 major exclusives for the platform, including the Batman Arkham VR experience and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. The exclusivity of these titles was discovered via Facebook ads, which claim that Batman Arkham VR is exclusive through March 2017, while Resident Evil 7 Biohazard's VR component is exclusive for a whole year until January 2018. Those are both fairly big gets for PlayStation, particularly the 12-month exclusivity for Resident Evil 7. With their history in the industry plus their first-party titles, it was always more likely that Sony would be able to snatch up more unique content, at least until Valve makes Portal 3 a Vive exclusive, and then all bets are off. And we'll all buy it. We know we will. Twitch and YouTube are going head-to-head yet again thanks to a new program announced by Twitch over the weekend at TwitchCon. The company posted a blog update announcing Twitch Upload, whereby users can do what no one has ever done before and, gasp, upload videos. That actually is kind of a big deal for Twitch though. The blog post includes mention of uploading videos through a video manager, notifications for followers about new content, and stats for each video. And while they were announcing Upload, Amazon and Twitch also unleashed another new tidbit for users of their service, Twitch Prime, which extends Amazon Prime benefits to Twitch and vice versa. Prime subscribers will now get an ad-free viewing experience on Twitch, as well as the cool video game bonuses and discounts. You can go ahead and link your Amazon and Twitch accounts now, plus Twitch Upload is now in open beta, which means it's only a matter of time before they're having their own content ID type controversies. You know it'll happen, it has to. No one can grow up and still be pretty. It wouldn't be a roundup without a little bit of superhero movie news, and we got some brand new confirmation about Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie, which somehow manages to make headlines every single week just in time for a roundup. First up, we've got official confirmation from Batfleck himself about the title of the upcoming Batman film, which will creatively be titled The Batman. In case you were confused about what superhero you were watching, it'll help a lot. This is the title that's been in the rumor mill for the last 2 years, so it's not too surprising that's what they settled on, although Affleck did acknowledge that could change as they get closer to release. In other DC news, Affleck has also responded to criticism about this year's apocalyptically poorly reviewed Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly about the concerns voiced by reviewers and fans alike, Affleck basically said it was all subjective and that the execution of the movie was just fine. I mean, he's not wrong, it is all subjective, I guess. Affleck argued, it was interesting, that movie, because it was judged not necessarily on execution so much as on its tone. People seem to want to have a lighter tone to the movie, and I thought that was interesting because it's subjective. Tone is not a qualitative thing. You know what is qualitative, Affleck? 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a hard number. That said, I do get what he's saying. If people were hoping for something lighter, even though the trailers told us it was not going to be lighter. So, we'll see what Batman holds. What do you do when you hold the keys to the internet? Well, if you're the United States government, you apparently just give it all away. This weekend, the U.S. Commerce Department announced that its management of the global online address system has officially been handed over to the nonprofit group, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. It's about the sexiest name you could get. The U.S. government has maintained control of the Internet's domain name system for the last 18 years, with the ultimate goal of seeing the Internet become more privatized. Now that the contract has expired, jurisdiction has been transferred to ICANN, which is a group including business, academics, technical experts, civil society, governments, and many others. In order to ensure that the internet remains more open and free rather than controlled by any particular interest, lawmakers around the country tried to block the transfer at the very last minute on Friday, but a federal judge denied their request. So, what does the future of the internet hold now that Uncle Sam isn't in charge? Hopefully the same as it's always been, meaning your Harambe memes are safe and sound. A patent troll has been rewarded yet again, which is why they exist. VertNetX, a Nevada-based company with a long history of patent trolling, they've won money from Microsoft and Cisco in the past, have now scored a huge payload from Apple regarding old patents. The ruling was announced over the weekend, which awarded VertNetX over $300 million in damages over patents related to FaceTime and iMessage, which the company claims Apple infringed upon. As for whether or not Apple can appeal these damages, well, unfortunately, this was the appeal. Apple was originally ordered to pay over $600 million to VertNetX back in February of this year. While $300 million sounds like the money got reduced, it's not including additional damages, which will be awarded if it's determined that Apple knowingly infringed on the patents, which some of the court documents are claiming. The case wrapped up in a small East Texas court that has a history of being favorable towards patent trolls. Remember you guys seeing the video? There's a video where like a guy went around and there were all these empty offices just for patent trolls. It was very weird. We'll have to see if Apple gets hit with any more damages. Hopefully VertNetX didn't invent not having a headphone jack or they're in big trouble. Was foul play responsible for SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket explosion? That may be on the table, according to a new report from the Washington Post, who says that SpaceX is looking into the possibility that the Falcon 9's botched launch was caused by deliberate sabotage. The Post reports that SpaceX has requested access to the rooftop of a nearby United Launch Alliance building in regards to their investigation. Apparently, some of their video evidence shows a shadow on the rooftop of the ULA building, a mile away, followed by a white spot or flash of some kind. Making things more interesting is that the ULA, a rival of SpaceX, has denied SpaceX access to investigate the rooftop, instead allowing the United States Air Force coming in to conduct their own investigation. When you add this to Elon Musk asking for help on Twitter last month, in particular he wanted Twitter's assistance identifying a soft bang before the rocket exploded, the internet is now going wild with speculation that, get this, a sniper may have shot the rocket from a mile away. Just don't put Reddit in charge of the investigation. Guys, their track record, a little bit spotty. What do you guys think of all the news from today's roundup? Let us know your thoughts on any of these stories down in the comments. And for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. A sniper did it from a mile away. I'm gonna use that next time I'm late to something. And the sniper shot something. That said, like real sabotage, that's like, oh my god, maybe we're gonna get a movie based on the events, the real life events of SpaceX. Think about it, in the future, this could happen. People will be watching it while they're in their theater on their way to Mars.